What's up, my friends? My name is Keelan Morrissey, and I'm here to discuss Zack Snyder's Justice League spoilers only. Alright, so I just finished recording my spoiler-free video for Zack Snyder's Justice League, my spoiler-free review, and this is only spoilers. This is only surprises. This is only crazy stuff that you don't want to know if you haven't seen the movie, or maybe you do. Maybe you're one of those people who like spoilers. I don't know. So let's get into it. First of all, oh my God, the nightmare sequence at the end. The nightmare was crazy. So we had Batman, we had Joker, we had Flash, Deathstroke, and Mara. Oh, and Cyborg, of course, yeah. So that's sort of the ragtag team Zach was talking about that is still alive in this apocalyptic world. And for whatever reason, Joker is going to be able to help Batman with, the mother boxes and being able to, defeat Darkseid, go back in time, do whatever it is that they need to do, right? Excuse me. And so we get essentially all these characters together for a brief moment, and then Batman talking to Joker, and they have this dialogue. And first of all, the music in that dialogue hits hard. Like, that was some heavy music, and I don't mean like heavy metal. I mean like heavy emotionally. And the notes hit at just the right moments. We were watching a broken Batman talk to a broken Joker, and that hurt, man. Like, when Batman said, "I've been dead inside for a long time," after watching this whole movie where Batman is actually hopeful and optimistic for once, I was like, my man Bruce cannot catch a break. Like, this guy, he has gone through so much, and I can't imagine what else he's gone through since the death of Lois Lane. Like, that's just, yeah. So that was wild. Yeah, Leto's Joker was great, dude. I mean, he was just crazy, right? Like, his laugh seemed so strained and so empty. Like, he didn't have, he was just missing something. He was just missing something. And yeah. I mean, it was sad. It was sad seeing both Batman and Joker like that. After this whole song and dance they've done, this game of cat and mouse, as the villains always say, like after all they've done in Gotham, for all these decades, like, at this point it doesn't matter. None of it matters. And we get reference to the death of Robin. We get reference to the death of Harley Quinn. We get Batman dropping that F-bomb saying he will effing kill the Joker. Like, these are two broken characters. And my God, that was an intense conversation. Okay, so speaking of the nightmare and he who causes the nightmare, Darkseid. Darkseid was awesome, dude. He had some very cool scenes. Seeing him go toe-to-toe with the Green Lantern was cool. Seeing him fight Ares and get chopped by Ares was cool. And then seeing him super tough and bold and stomping down on Steppenwolf's head, seeing all that was awesome. I mean, yeah, Darkseid was epic, man. And then, of course, now he's prepping the invasion, which I hope we see it either in a movie or a comic. I need to see this story. I need to see this invasion happen, man. But it was awesome. And his animation was great. His design was great. Like, sometimes he just kind of looked like his suit was black in certain shots. In certain shots, it kind of looked like it was blue. He kind of had, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the tones of his sort of apocalyptic armor. Like, it was cool. And yeah, Ray Porter did a fantastic job voicing him, and whoever edited that voice to sound as crazy as he did, they did an amazing job. That was That was Darkseid. That is, I cannot imagine a better on-screen live-action adaptation of Darkseid than that. And I can't imagine, like, what else we're going to see from him. I do wish some of his lines, like the, I will turn, I have turned 10,000 worlds to dust or whatever. Like, I wish we had gotten that line just in the movie. Like, I wish that wasn't put in trailers, to be honest, because that was such an epic line. Like, that would have made me, like, shake if I heard that for the first time in the movie. But it was so good. Speaking of Green Lantern, it was cool seeing a Green Lantern fight Darkseid. Yalen Gur. I liked him. I liked his design. A dragon Green Lantern directed by Zack Snyder is like my dream come true. Because I love dragons. Green Lantern's my favorite character and my favorite realm of DC Comics. And Zack Snyder's my favorite director. So seeing that was cool for me. He did not last long against Darkseid by any means. He did not last long at all. But it was a cool fight. And when Darkseid sort of went to grab the ring, just made me think of how dangerous Darkseid would be if he ever wielded a lantern ring. And that's something I've always wondered about. It's just how powerful he could be if he had a lantern ring. But anyways, that was cool. The other lantern we saw, the other Green Lantern appearance in the film, was Kilowog. We saw Kilowog in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But we saw him dead. We saw him dead in the future on this mound of rubble with the Hall of Justice destroyed and desecrated, and we saw Kilowog's body with holes in it. Just, dude, that hurt. Why, Zach? Why? I mean, it's Kilowog, dude. That's my man. He's like, I love him. And I mean, I'm glad we got to see him. I'm glad we got to see your design for Kilowog, Zach. But I wish that we saw at least one Green Lantern in this movie who wasn't dead. Because, man, we've just been waiting. The Fanterns, the Green Lantern fans, we've been waiting so long for some live action GLs, and now they're both just dead. And I know that it was your intention to do. I'm talking like Zach is watching this. Hi if you are, but it was Zack Snyder's intention to do, more Green Lanterns in the next two movies, like to have the Lantern Corps come to Earth, or to Apokolips. I mean, wherever they're going to have the battle. I assume Earth, but yeah, I mean, we saw two Green Lanterns. We saw two Green Lanterns in live action. I'm happy, but I do hope to see more of them from Zack Snyder, or in that other HBO Max Green Lantern series. That really hoping that comes to fruition and doesn't fall through, because I've been craving some lanterns in my life, man. Oh yeah, Lois's pregnancy test. What? It was next to her press badge in her drawer. They just brushed over that. I hardly even noticed it. My mom had to call it out, but that was cool. I mean, I'm assuming, since they didn't do the Bruce and Lois relationship that Zack Snyder, put in one of the first drafts of the movie, and was in his storyboards for Justice League 2 and 3, I'm assuming Lois might have a child, and it might be Clark's. So, I mean, that's very Injustice-esque, right? I mean, wasn't Lois pregnant when she was killed in Injustice? Might be wrong, but I seem to remember that being the case. And if Lois has Clark's baby in these films, if sort of the same story he had lined up for JL 2 and 3 ends up happening, and then Lois ends up having a kid, and it's Superman has a son, I mean, that would be kind of cool, because Superman's whole arc in these films has been very much like about his father, how his father guided him to be this, the man he is. And so maybe the new arc could be Superman carrying on that legacy of being a father, passing on the legacy of his people, the legacy of two peoples to his son. Like, that could be awesome. Black Suit Superman was cool. Very, very cool. I love the black suit. And there at the end, when we got the scene of him walking through the alleyway doing the classic thing, I expected the suit to be blue there because I kind of thought, okay, he's gotten the normal suit back by this point if he's back to his normal, day-to-day thing. But no, it was still the black and silver. So I guess we get that Superman for a little while longer. I'm pretty much speaking as if they're making more films because they freaking better. But dude, that was cool. I like black and silver Superman very much, very much. And the last surprise that really fans knew was coming, but we didn't know what the design looked like, was Martian Manhunter. Incredible. Loved it. Loved that he was the last scene in the movie. Loved that he also appeared halfway through the movie. Loved how he looked. His design, his animation was awesome. And Mr. Harry Lennox did a fantastic job voicing him. I never quite realized, his character, it makes total sense that he would be Martian Manhunter, but also I never quite realized just how well his voice works for Martian Manhunter. Like, his voice didn't change when he was in Martian form, which I'm glad, because he actually has a great voice for that. I don't know if he does any voice acting, but he should, because So, yeah, man. Those are some of the craziest surprises that we got in the film. A lot of them were sort of revealed in trailers or, by Zack Snyder ahead of time. And that is one of the downsides of being part of this movement, is that we already know so much about the movie. But that's also something cool. Like, it was almost like we got to be part of the process of making the movie. Like, he calls all the fans associate producers, and the producers of a movie, of course, they know what's going to happen. They're part of making it. And so in a really interesting way, I wish that I could have been a casual fan just to see this movie with no expectations, because that would have been mind-blowing. But instead, I got sort of this slow mind-blowing over the years, which is, being part of the movie. And so it was a lot of fun. And this is an absolutely unforgettable journey, to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I can't imagine any other film that would have this sort of history to it and this sort of movement to make it happen. Like, truly, truly incredible. And I'm so grateful to have been a part of it, so grateful for the friends I've made, so grateful for what I've learned and the inspiration I've gained as a filmmaker. I'm sure this won't be the last video I ever do on the Snyder Cut, but it's just crazy. Can't wait to watch it again and again and again. Thank you all for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe, stick around, watch more pop culture videos, mental health videos, adventure videos, as well as my feature films, fan films, and short films. Check it out all right here on Keelan Morrissey's channel. Peace and love to you all.